Good evening. We lost an hour tonight. Okay, today is incredible because last minute Kenny jumped in and changed all my plans, and they're brilliant. Say messages because that's my favorite part.
Oh, I will. I will definitely read messages. I'm just going to move this so it's not in the way. Yeah, but you could jump in with anything you want.
Is that, are you speaking to other people or to me?
I'm speaking to you.
I'll jump in immediately. Thank you, Kenny, because he's the stage manager of the year. And he suffers brutally from this machine.
So if you want to start with what we talked about, you could start with that or anything else you want to start with.
Let me just start with philosophy.
Of course.
This year, Kenny gave me a gift which changed my life forever and will continue chasing it. He taught me how to meditate. And he didn't have me do it his way. He gave me freedom. So when something bothers me, anytime, if it's about life or politics or my family or me, I put it in front of me and I lean back and I say, explain who you are. How did you get to be this way? Just talk to me about you. And it's always me, because I'm the person asking. And the answer comes, and it's always complicated. It always leads the errors back to me. Did I ask the wrong way? Did I things which I did 1,000 years ago when I wasn't even in the world? Did I cause things to happen which someday caused this? And I come to the idea with it just lately that perhaps we are a part of God, the God that creates, because religions separate not only excuse me.
Do you need a tissue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I use toilet paper.
I'll get toilet paper. Do you want a sucking candy?
I always keep a roll of the softest toilet paper for my nose. That's why God made soft toilet paper and a bag to put the garbage in.
Okay, continue.
Has it, Kenny, you took my bag. The bag that I put my garbage in. It's in the kitchen.
Do you need a sucking candy?
A garbage bag. Right. Did it ever occur to you that the being which created the universe makes disposables as well? I was thinking that whatever we do causes a division. That which we keep and that which we throw away. To get more down to earth, the liquid that we pour into ourselves cleans our insides, goes in clean and comes back dirty. And we throw it away. And yet, if we throw it into the garden, it will grow flowers. In my philosophy of meditating this week, it occurred to me, maybe when the gods created the universe, they made sure that part of what we do needs to be disposed of because it's dangerous. And yet it was given with good faith. Maybe my meditation said to me, that is the universe trying to decide what it should keep and what was only a trial. And therefore, we are given the ultimate choice of creating or giving up. And I thought, Hetty, what have you given up? And I knew what it was. I wasn't changing the world. I wasn't useful anymore. And I thought, when I raised a family and married Eric, I created not the birds or after effects, but the fact that I was creating with love, and the things that came out of love are beautiful. And all during the time of creating them, I had to section off that part which could not be used because it would hurt somebody else. And what if God, the gods, because I can't believe in one, there's too much disorganization among the two of them, or the millions of them. So there's a lot of garbage that has to be thrown out. Wars, prejudice, hate. But what remains is one word only, love. Love can fix everything. It just has to be forgiven for its mistakes. And maybe forgiveness is more important than creating. I don't know. I am thinking as I speak the way Kenny taught me to meditate. I speak to it and it answers, and it never answers a yes or no. It throws another thinking job into me. And so what I want to explain is, maybe in some strange way, we are united from birth on with the gods that created. And because we don't know where to begin, we make mistakes. And they are part of creation. When the gods give us thunder and lightning, they destroy, but they build. And maybe they have to take for granted the floods and the thunderstorms, because out of it comes the birth of sunlight and a new baby and a new tree. And then we foolishly give it a name, a vegetable, when it could also be called a flower or a tree or the beginnings of a mountain. And what we choose this creation to be, it becomes. I need to know one important thing. Is my belief in something part of creating a universe, part of my being a god or goddess. That my belief transforms you into the miracle you are. And in doing that, I realized one of the best parts of my life had been when I worked as a volunteer in the Fortune Society, which worked with criminals. And we were taught what to do. We were taught how to take somebody who was imprisoned for the crimes they committed and to do the following. Here are the list of questions I used. Ask yourself those questions and form your opinion of how you're running your life. The first question that I would ask this convicted killer who was sitting next to me, I would say, what people belong into your life? And I'll give you the standard answers that I used to get. There may have been some different ones, but they all ran along the same path. The people I know best. Who are the people you know the best? I guess the people I grew up with. The next question I ask, give me an answer. Give me people. And the answer invariably was the people who raised me. What did these people say to you? Stay off the streets. And did you do that? No. And what did you say to your children? Stay off the streets. And what did they do? They committed acts in those streets that put them into prison. Does that mean your family has more people who were in prison than you are? I guess so. I didn't tell them to be, but they watched me. Are they sorry? They don't say so, but they told their children the same things. And I learned that we repeat the mistakes of the people who came before us. Do we have to? No. That's what I'm going back to doing. I have felt so useless, as if I had the answers to give to people, but nobody to speak to. I can't join the Fortune Society anymore. I'm 96 years old. I can't drive. I don't know how I will feel the moment I wake up on that day. Will I be too stiff to walk? Will my voice hurt? What can I do to become a giver again? At 96, my body left me. But my brain knows what it means to sit next to a person and ask questions. And then I realized, now more than ever before, people need somebody to sit down and ask them, tell me what you did. Tell me about your life. And I thought, but I can't get into my car and drive where I can speak to them. Can you walk? No. I don't know how at 96 I'll walk the next day. And for how long? But I have to do something. I have to go back to being valuable, because I'm not. And the answer came. People need to speak. None of us have anybody to speak to. Not to speak wisdom, but just to tell about who I am. I need people to know me. It'll give me value if I can speak to them and help them. I have value again. I look into the mirror and how much I fool myself. Hetty is not there anymore. There's an old woman who can't walk well. And I can make you forget that. If you need to tell me something to give you your life back again, because all you need is to have somebody listen. And I thought to myself, but since I can't go to the Fortune Society or any place, they have to come to me. No, I don't. My son is just speaking to Uber and to grandparents who take you.
Uber grandparents, yes.
Go grandparents.
Exactly.
In other words, the world exists. And I haven't been willing to step over the barriers which arose when I couldn't get into my car and drive. And then I thought, there are so many religious institutions who do nothing except celebrate. I am Jewish, but I don't belong to any real religion. I belong to God. So the building doesn't matter. What if I contact every single religion in my area and tell them what I know how to do? And I would just like a time given where I can get there and anybody who needs to speak can come. I don't care whether they belong to that religion or anything else. I just need a room, because I cannot bring them to my home without my children worrying about my safety of letting strangers unknown to come in.
I just want to say that if anybody has any comments or thoughts that you want to share as Hetty speaks, please, or questions, please feel free.
That was my idea, and I'm going to begin because...
Would you do it on Zoom? Would you do that kind of counseling on Zoom?
Anything.
It's almost like Rent a Grandma.
Yes. 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 And you do not have to tell me what you don't want to tell me. You just have to say, can I tell you what I need? Let them just ask me for what they need, and I will unravel. I have a son who's a psychotherapist who is sitting with me today. And the reason for my meditation came about my saying, you seem to get to the core of things with the clients you have. Teach me how. And Kenny taught me to meditate. And if I look at somebody, I teach them to go back into their lives and meditate on how they see themselves, not how the world sees them, not how people tell them they are. And I'm going to begin through this program tonight. I was going to talk to Kenny and my daughter Joni about it. And I did, but never knowing that I would like it to be religious institutions, because they all don't know it. But they're praying to the being which created the world. It's just that people feel it's theirs, but it isn't. The world is still being created. Not in a building, but in the universe.
You have some comments here.
Read them. Read every comment to me.
Okay. So Denise says, hello, Hetty. And Marcia says, hello, Hetty. And sends hugs. And Lee Winter says, okay, Hetty, we're here now. And Marion Saturno says, hello, Hetty and Ken. And Tracy Hepner says, hi, Hetty. And Marcia Goldstein Graber says, good to see you at the Kristallnacht Memorial. Which, by the way, they told her she couldn't talk about politics, and she did anyway. She talked about our country not separating families. So, while she lit the candle. So 3 cheers, Hetty. Kathy Lahan Cawthorn says, you are so valuable to me. Tammy says, you are speaking to me. Thank you for using your time in this way. And Amy sent, oh my God, this emoji is so tiny. I can't see what her cute little emoji is that she sent. But somebody help me out here and tell me what this emoji is. It's very cute. And Carol Hodkin says, I wish you would see what I see. I see a beautiful, bright, and insightful woman. Tibor, oh, it's owls. Amy's sending you owls. Wise owls. Cute, wise owls.
He's my age.
No, Amy is sending you cute, wise owl emojis. Tibor says, Hetty, I still give public slideshow lectures over 20 times a year. We are the same age. All I cannot do is stand. So I ask for a chair.
I love it.
And Julie Williams is beautiful. And you could do that too. And Julie Williams says, oh, Hetty, you are inherently valuable. But I so admire your desire to take action and help others. Hugs and kisses. And Carol Hodkins says, you are an amazing listener. And Amy Lawrence says, next week, I'd love to hear about your sibling relationship. And Amy says, owls, and Dory reiterates that. Amy says, wide owls. Oh, wise owls. Hetty's spirit animal. Wise and cute. Julie, I love your ideas about the nature of God and the way you grapple with profound philosophical questions. And Marion says, Hetty, you are so beautiful inside and out. And Amy says, wise. LOL. No, not wide. Don't read that, Kenny. Just acknowledging the typo. Too late. Eddie Weedman says, hi, Eddie and Kenny. Love you. Sorry, I just got on. We love you, Eddie, too.
Isn't it true that we love in people what we hope to have in ourselves? That's why you called me. Because the moment I met you, we identified with each other. What is it that searches in others? What fits to ours? Carol said to me when I first met her, we are 2 sisters from different mothers. What if all of us are 2 siblings from different parents. Let's do that. Let's believe it, because these people who called have been my friends. There are no strangers. I hope strangers will call. But about sibling relationships, I always wanted to be like my brother Richie. My brother Richie was a giver. If he had 10 gifts, he gave them away. If he had 2, he never kept one for himself. Kenny just went like this, which means I have to stop. But
you have some more. There's some more things here.
Okay.
Finish what you were saying.
Then I just want to say that Richie knew about loving, and he saved us from the Nazis because he smiled at people, and they smiled back. And Richie, thank you.
Amazing. So the last comments are, Dina says, "Hi, sorry so late." And Amy says, "Dina, Sheldon, you made it." Tracy said to me, "Kenny, did you get the postcard Tammy sent?" Tracy, I got it 5 minutes before this show. It went to Hetty's house and I just saw it right before the show. I didn't even have time to read it. I just looked at it briefly. But I'll read it as soon as we're done. And Dina says, "Thank you, Richie."
Dina, just so you know, the painting was done as a gift from Eric to the world, which said, when we're gone, they'll describe the world as the Holocaust, as slavery, as people going into school and shooting teachers and students. But they won't speak about the kindness of the everyday people who keep the world going. That is the painting you have to do. And I called Johanna and I said, who do I put in? There is a painting which I'm going to be signing to the one who just sent it to me. And I have to stop because Kenny's going like this, which means the time is up.
Let me just tell you, Eileen said, "Just got here, love you, I'm on the road." So she's hopping on while she's on the road. And Tammy Smith says, "Thanks, Kenny."
Good night. I love you all. How blessed we are to have each other.